There's something fascinating about women and the way they connect emotionally. They're intuitive, deeply emotional, and incredibly perceptive. They pick up on the little things, the tone in your voice, the energy you bring, even the absence of it. But here's the thing. Sometimes, the more you're present and chasing after their attention, the less they seem to notice you. It feels like the effort you're putting in is met with silence, or worse, indifference. And that can leave you frustrated, wondering what went wrong. Here's the reality. A woman doesn't truly start missing you until she discovers something she didn't expect. Something about your absence, your focus, or even your boundaries that shifts the dynamic completely. Let's dive into exactly why this happens and how understanding this can change the way she sees you forever. Number 1. The disruption of her daily life. Life thrives on routines. They give us a sense of stability and normalcy. Often, these routines are intertwined with the people we hold dear. When someone important is no longer part of those rhythms, it shakes up the flow of daily life, leaving an undeniable void. This disruption can be profoundly felt, especially when it's someone whose presence brought warmth and connection. Picture this. She starts her day expecting a simple "good morning" text from you, a small gesture that has quietly become a comforting ritual. But today, her phone is silent. Or imagine her walking into an empty house after a long day, missing the sound of your voice or the shared laughter over dinner. These seemingly small moments can magnify your absence, creating ripples of longing and nostalgia throughout her day. From a Stoic perspective, such disruptions remind us of how temporary and interconnected life's moments are. They show how deeply we weave others into the fabric of our routines, and how their absence can shift the emotional balance of our lives. If you want her to miss you, focus on the quality of your presence when you're together. This isn't about manipulation. It's about being someone whose presence is valued so much that their absence is felt deeply. Create meaningful connections through genuine conversations, shared laughter, and thoughtful gestures. Be a person who makes her world brighter, someone she instinctively looks forward to seeing or hearing from. For instance, instead of sending a simple "good night" message, make it meaningful. Mention something unique about your day or a memory you both cherish. When you're together, engage in shared activities, whether it's cooking a meal, walking in the park, or binge-watching a favorite series. These experiences don't just pass the time, they become part of her life's rhythm, something she subconsciously anchors her days around. When you're absent, the routines you created together become striking reminders of what's missing. That Thursday night tradition of watching your favorite show now feels incomplete. The morning coffee without your jokes feels oddly silent. It's in these moments of disrupted normalcy that she begins to realize how much you added to her life. The Stoic principle here is timeless. Focus on bringing your best self to every interaction. By being a source of positivity, support, and joy, you leave an imprint that naturally lingers when you're not around. You don't need to force her to miss you. Your genuine presence and impact will do that effortlessly. Number 2, the echo of emptiness. Loneliness is a universal feeling that stirs the heart, often pulling our thoughts toward moments of connection and closeness. For a woman, the ache of solitude can be profound, especially when she recalls those rare instances when someone truly understood her, moments she may have shared with you. When she is left alone with her thoughts, her mind naturally gravitates to the memories of being valued and cared for, creating a powerful sense of longing for what once was. In Stoic philosophy, Loneliness is not an enemy, but a teacher. It reminds us of the significance of our relationships and the depth of our experiences. For her, loneliness might strike in the quiet stillness of her home, during a busy day when nothing feels quite right, or even in a room full of people who don't truly understand her. These are the moments when your absence is most palpable, and she starts to reflect on the unique way you filled a void no one else could. To leave an indelible impression, focus on the authenticity of your time together rather than simply being around. As Stoicism teaches, true presence is not about how often you are there, but how deeply you connect when you are. If you offered her genuine attention, listened without judgment, and shared moments of raw vulnerability, those experiences will resurface in her mind during quiet times. She'll think back to your shared laughter, the comforting silence of simply being in each other's company, and the rare feeling of being wholly seen and appreciated. Imagine the nights you spent together, exchanging dreams under the stars, or the times you provided a safe space for her to vent her emotions without fear of criticism. These are not just fleeting memories. They are anchors in her mind, moments that define what it means to be truly supported and understood. When she's alone, these memories become vivid, and the absence of that connection is something she feels deeply. Stoicism also highlights the impermanence of all experiences, encouraging us to embrace their fleeting nature. By living this truth, you give her the freedom to feel her emotions without clinging to the past. Yet, the memories you've built, genuine, heartfelt, and irreplaceable, will remain with her, creating a void only you can fill. In her loneliness, she might even begin to idealize your time together, focusing on the joy and comfort you provided while overlooking the less perfect moments. This is not about manipulation. It's about being the kind of person whose authenticity and emotional presence leave a lasting imprint. By investing in meaningful moments rather than trying to stay constantly visible, you create a legacy in her mind that stands apart. True connection is the art of being someone she misses, not because you've vanished, but because you've been unforgettable. When she feels the sting of emptiness, it is the depth of your shared experiences that will make her long for your presence, sparking a yearning for the unique way you made her feel seen, understood, and deeply valued. What do you think about the power of meaningful connection and how it shapes someone's memories of you? Have you ever experienced a moment where someone's absence felt more profound because of the depth of your bond? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Share your perspective in the comments, or if this resonates with you, simply type "Meaningful moments matter." Let's explore the impact of genuine connections together. Number 3, she feels unnoticed. Life moves fast, and we often take for granted the subtle but vital ways others make us feel valued. It's only when that acknowledgement disappears that its true significance comes into focus. When a woman starts to feel overlooked, it stirs a longing for the person who used to make her feel truly seen and appreciated. This sense of being unnoticed might creep in when she achieves something and finds no one cheering for her as you once did, or when she has a tough day and realizes how much she misses your uncanny ability to understand her without her having to say a word. From a Stoic standpoint, this underscores the importance of mindfulness in relationships. The Stoics emphasized being fully present in the here and now, recognizing that the moments we share with others are fleeting and precious. Your presence wasn't just physical, it was emotional and mental, an uncommon kind of attentiveness in a world brimming with distractions. The irony is that your absence can amplify the value of this presence. When she reflects on the way you once noticed the little things, her moods, her victories, her struggles, she can't help but feel the void of that attention. It's not about playing games or stirring emotions intentionally. It's about understanding the quiet strength of being truly engaged with someone, and how rare that is. The Stoics remind us to cherish what we have without clinging to it when it's no longer there. When she recognizes that your attentiveness wasn't something everyone offers, she begins to realize how deeply she appreciated it, even if she didn't fully acknowledge it at the time. Your absence creates the opportunity for her to reflect on what life feels like without the support and connection you once provided. Picture this. After a long, draining day, she comes home feeling worn out. In the past, you would have noticed her fatigue instantly, the way her shoulders drooped or the silence in her demeanor. You would have offered her exactly what she needed, whether it was a comforting embrace, a listening ear, or a peaceful evening together. Now, left to navigate those feelings alone, she begins to yearn for the way you effortlessly tuned into her needs. In a world where true attention is increasingly rare, the memory of someone who genuinely saw her for who she is becomes profoundly impactful. It highlights the universal human desire for connection and the extraordinary nature of someone who fulfills that need. By living the Stoic principle of being irreplaceable, through genuine attentiveness and presence, you create an enduring impression. When you're not there, your absence speaks louder than any words, reminding her of the deep connection you once shared. It's this thoughtful absence, paired with the weight of your past presence, that makes her miss you intensely and with purpose. Number 4, she holds others to the standard you set. In relationships, comparisons often arise naturally. It's human nature to evaluate one person against another, especially in the realm of personal connections. Stoicism, however, encourages us to observe this tendency without letting it dominate our thoughts. For her, the influence of your presence lingers when she interacts with other men, whether socially or romantically. She might unconsciously measure them against the standard you've established. This isn't just a fleeting thought. It's a sign of the significant impact you had on her life. Through a Stoic lens, this act of comparison can be seen as an attachment to the memories and traits that define you. Stoicism invites us to reflect on such attachments and understand their deeper meaning. For her, noticing how others don't quite measure up to your qualities brings your uniqueness into sharper focus. Whether it's your sense of humor, your attentiveness, or even the quirks that once annoyed her but now feel endearing, these comparisons serve as a reminder of the special connection you shared. This isn't about inflating your ego or diminishing the value of others. Instead, it highlights the distinct combination of attributes you brought into her life. Stoicism teaches that each individual has their own virtues, and while someone new might excel in certain areas, they can't replicate the experience of being with you. Picture this. She's out with someone new, engaging in conversation. Perhaps they share a common interest, but then a thought crosses her mind. He's nice, but he doesn't understand my humor the way you did. Or, he's ambitious, but he doesn't make me feel heard like you did. These moments reflect how your presence still echoes in her thoughts, creating a subtle longing for what she once had with you. So, how can you embody this understanding to make her miss you? The answer lies in staying true to yourself. Live authentically, grounded in your values, and let your unique traits shine. There's no need to seek validation or try to prove your worth. When you act with integrity and confidence, you naturally leave a lasting mark that others will compare to. Additionally, practice emotional independence in the Stoic sense. Detachment doesn't mean indifference. It means not being emotionally reliant on her approval or actions. When you exude self-sufficiency and inner stability, you create an irresistible aura of strength. This dynamic often leaves her reflecting on the security and balance you brought into her life. Ultimately, when she measures others by the standard you've set, it's a testament to the special connection you created together. By embracing Stoic principles, authenticity, self-control, and self-awareness, you establish a presence so impactful that your absence becomes undeniable. The goal isn't to manipulate her into missing you, but to live in such a way that your value naturally shines through, making her realize the depth of what she lost. If this message resonates with you, show your support by liking this video and leaving a comment with the phrase, "They feel the absence of my presence." Your engagement helps spread these timeless Stoic insights to those who can benefit from them. Let's keep exploring together. Number 5. Witnessing happy couples. Witnessing happy couples enjoying each other's company can stir unexpected emotions, particularly for someone who feels the absence of a close connection. From a Stoic perspective, these moments are not merely coincidences. They are reminders of what was once cherished. When she sees couples laughing, sharing stories, or simply walking hand in hand, it can awaken vivid memories of her time with you, leaving her with an undeniable sense of longing. Imagine her at a cozy cafe, sipping her coffee, as a couple nearby bursts into laughter over an inside joke. That laughter might transport her back to the light-hearted moments you once shared, where every conversation felt effortless. Or perhaps she catches sight of a couple strolling through a park, their intertwined hands a symbol of closeness and ease. This sight could evoke memories of the times she felt safe and content by your side, making her yearn for that connection again. These instances often hit unexpectedly and deeply, forcing her to confront the void left behind. Stoicism teaches us to see these moments as opportunities for reflection, both for her and for you. While she reflects on what she misses, you have the chance to focus on growth and resilience. To truly make her miss you, embrace the qualities of a Stoic: self-assuredness, emotional balance, and independence. Resist the urge to chase her or constantly remind her of your presence. Instead, show her through your actions that you're thriving. Pursue your passions with vigor, maintain your composure in life's challenges, and prioritize your well-being. This quiet confidence can serve as a powerful reminder of the stability and value you brought into her life. It's also essential to honor the memories you shared without letting them define you. A Stoic accepts that life is ever-changing and chooses to focus on what can be controlled, the present moment. By embodying peace and contentment, you not only elevate your own life, but also create a magnetic pull that makes her recognize the qualities she once admired in you. In essence, those glimpses of happy couples can become powerful catalysts for her to reminisce about the unique bond you shared. By standing firm in your personal growth and living with intention, you cultivate an aura of intrigue and admiration. This calm strength can make her realize the depth of what she's missing, leaving her to ponder why she let someone so valuable slip away. Number 6. She faces emotional turmoil. When life takes an unexpected turn, people naturally seek out comfort and stability, often turning to those who have provided them with emotional strength in the past. For a woman navigating difficult times, your absence can become strikingly obvious. She may find herself reminiscing about the way you stood by her side, offering comfort without passing judgment, sharing insights that gave her clarity, or simply being a calming presence that made challenges seem less overwhelming. As she confronts these moments alone, the contrast between your supportive presence and your absence can leave a deep void, making her miss you intensely. From a Stoic perspective, while we can't control the trials life brings, or how others feel, we can shape the legacy we leave through our actions and character. The Stoics remind us to focus on being a source of stability in an unstable world. During your time together, if you were consistently someone she could rely on for understanding and reassurance, those qualities will linger in her mind when she's in distress. Your ability to provide peace in chaos, not by fixing her problems, but by being a steady presence, creates an emotional imprint that is hard to forget. Think about the moments where you made her laugh through her tears, or when your calm words brought clarity to her confusion. Those seemingly small gestures of support and perspective become invaluable treasures in your absence. The Stoics emphasize the cultivation of virtues not just for personal growth, but to positively impact those around us. By embodying patience, empathy, and resilience, you create a lasting impression of someone who brought light into her darkest moments. So how does this translate to making her miss you? It's about leaving an emotional legacy. Be someone who listens with genuine interest, who offers advice that feels both practical and thoughtful, and who brings an atmosphere of calm wherever you go. When you nurture these qualities in yourself, you don't just become a person she admires. You become someone she subconsciously associates with safety and emotional steadiness. When she finds herself facing difficulties without you, the absence of your grounding presence will feel even more significant. Human nature leans towards reflection during challenging times, often leading people to appreciate and long for those who made their struggles more bearable. The emotional sanctuary you provided becomes a contrast to the emptiness left behind, making her yearn for the connection and understanding you brought into her life. By embracing this wisdom, you can see how the virtues of patience, empathy, and steadiness make a profound impact. These traits elevate your role in her life, ensuring that your presence becomes something she deeply values and misses when you're no longer there. It's through these moments of emotional clarity that she realizes how much she cherishes the way you made her feel, a realization that speaks to the enduring power of your character and the timeless lessons of Stoicism. If you've made it this far, you're already exploring how Stoicism and emotional presence can create a lasting impact on relationships. Now, let's keep the conversation going. Share your thoughts in the comments. What resonated with you most about this idea of leaving an emotional legacy? Or, if you'd rather, just type "emotional steadiness is power" to let us know you're here and reflecting. Your insights could inspire someone else reading along. Number 7. She faces social events without you. When she steps into social gatherings without you by her side, the contrast between past shared moments and her current reality becomes unavoidable. The laughter you shared, the comfort of having you there, and the unique spark you added to those events now feel like a missing puzzle piece. These occasions often serve as a reminder of just how much your presence once enriched her experiences. From a Stoic viewpoint, absence often sharpens appreciation. When she attends a party or a casual dinner that once included you, the void becomes more profound. It's not just about having company, it's about what made you stand out. Perhaps you brought humor and energy that lifted the atmosphere, or maybe you had a steadying influence that made her feel safe in a sea of unfamiliar faces. In these moments, she's likely to reflect on how those events were better because of you. For example, think about the way you used to turn even mundane social obligations into something enjoyable with your light-hearted wit or your thoughtful attention to her needs. Maybe you were her silent supporter, giving her confidence in settings where she felt out of place. When those qualities are suddenly absent, the space you occupied becomes all the more noticeable. The Stoics teach us to value meaningful connections and to recognize their rarity. What she misses is not merely the companionship, but the sense of understanding and emotional security that only you provided. These realizations often come to light when she faces situations that you once made easier or more enjoyable. So how can you handle this in a way that aligns with Stoic principles? Focus on cultivating your own personal growth and maintaining your calm, self-assured demeanor. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of controlling what lies within your power, your actions, your mindset, and your character. By improving yourself, you amplify the sense of loss she feels in your absence. Additionally, without overtly seeking her attention, you can subtly remind her of the unique energy you bring to social settings. A photo of you enjoying a lively event or a casual mention of a fun experience might stir her memories of those times you shared. The key is authenticity. Your goal isn't manipulation, but allowing her to rediscover the value of your presence organically. In essence, by embodying the calm confidence and growth that Stoicism encourages, you become someone worth missing. It's about demonstrating through your actions that you're thriving while maintaining an inner peace that speaks volumes. This approach not only deepens her realization of your worth, but also reinforces your own resilience and self-respect. Number 8. When she discovers your achievements. There's something profound about the moment a woman learns of your accomplishments after you've parted ways. It's not just about stirring envy or regret, it's a reminder of the shared history you once had and the dreams you once built together. From a Stoic perspective, our progress is a reflection of our personal journey, not a tool to measure against others. Yet, your success might naturally take her back to those moments when your lives were intertwined, when she was part of your ambitions and triumphs. Picture this. You've recently achieved something significant, perhaps a promotion, a personal milestone, or even an exciting new chapter in your life. When word of this reaches her, it's likely to evoke memories of when you used to confide in her about your goals. She might recall those heartfelt conversations where you shared your aspirations, or the celebratory moments where she stood by your side, proud to witness your growth. Realizing that she's no longer a part of these milestones can ignite a powerful sense of nostalgia and longing. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control: our efforts, our growth, and our mindset. While you cannot dictate how she feels about your accomplishments, you can influence the way you present your journey. If you aim to make her reflect on what she's missing, direct your energy toward becoming the best version of yourself. Let your growth radiate not just in your achievements, but in your character, resilience, and wisdom. One way to subtly highlight your progress is by sharing your successes naturally, perhaps through social media or mutual acquaintances. The key is to avoid coming across as boastful. Instead, let it be a demonstration of your continual evolution. By embodying self-improvement and resilience, values deeply rooted in Stoicism, you not only highlight your journey but also reflect a life of purpose and growth. This quiet confidence can leave a lasting impression, making her contemplate what she left behind. The Stoic concept of amor fati, or embracing one's fate, reminds us to welcome every experience as an essential part of our path. By celebrating your wins and continuing to progress without relying on her approval, you embody this principle. Your success, seen from a distance, can serve as a gentle reminder of the bond you once shared, the goals you discussed, and the moments of joy that are now out of reach for her. So, as you forge ahead in life, your growth becomes a testament to your resilience and values. This realization that you are thriving and evolving without her can deepen the awareness of your absence. It's not about orchestrating her emotions, but rather about staying true to your path, letting your progress speak for itself, and allowing her to draw her own conclusions. In this way, your journey can quietly remind her of what she's missing, making her feel your absence even more acutely. Number 9. Understanding her own mistakes. Picture a quiet moment when she starts to replay your interactions in her mind, examining what went wrong and how things could have been different. It's in this space of reflection that she might begin to recognize her own missteps, overlooked gestures, missed opportunities, or words left unsaid. This kind of realization often stirs a profound sense of longing, as she becomes aware of how her actions contributed to the growing distance between you. From a Stoic perspective, self-awareness and accountability are essential. The philosophy teaches us to evaluate our role in the events of life, to take responsibility for our choices, and to grow from them. When she begins to connect the dots, understanding how her decisions played a part in your separation, it can spark a deeper appreciation for what you brought to her life. It's not about assigning blame. It's about learning from the past and gaining clarity about what really matters. So, how can you create the conditions for her to feel this way? Start by embodying the Stoic virtue of patience. Resist the urge to point out her mistakes or push her to acknowledge your worth. True realizations come from within, and she needs the freedom to reach those conclusions on her own terms. If you've taken a step back to give her space, continue to focus on your own growth. Invest in becoming the best version of yourself, strong, composed, and purpose-driven. When she notices that you're thriving, it sends a powerful message. You're not waiting for her validation. You're building your life in alignment with your values. This quiet confidence can make her question what she may have taken for granted. Stoicism reminds us that we can only control ourselves, not others. By maintaining your composure and staying true to your principles, you show her the strength and balance that define you. When she reflects on her actions and realizes what she's lost, your absence will resonate deeply. Not because you tried to force her to miss you, but because you've shown her the value of a man who is both grounded and evolving. In those moments of reflection, as she begins to see her role in what happened, she may start to feel a pull toward you. It's not about manipulation. It's about inspiring a sense of admiration for the person you've become. And in doing so, you leave a lasting impression, one that lingers and makes her miss you like never before. Number 10. Nostalgia, triggered by unexpected kindness. When a woman encounters thoughtful gestures from others, it often stirs memories of the unique ways you made her feel cherished. This isn't just about ordinary kindness. It's about those deeply personal and meaningful acts that defined your connection. Whether it's a coworker offering a helping hand, a friend showing support, or even a stranger performing a simple good deed, these moments can remind her of the exceptional ways you once cared for her. Let's view this through the lens of Stoicism. Stoicism encourages us to focus on our own actions and virtues, understanding that we cannot directly control how someone feels or reacts. When she starts to miss you because of the kindness she witnesses in others, it's a reflection of how profoundly your gestures resonated with her. This longing isn't something you can manufacture, but it is rooted in the authenticity of your past actions. Think back to the ways you showed her she was special. Maybe you intuitively knew when to surprise her with her favorite snack after a tough day. Or perhaps you supported her dreams in quiet but meaningful ways. These weren't just empty gestures. They demonstrated your attentiveness and care, hallmarks of living according to Stoic virtues like wisdom and justice. For example, you might have remembered the smallest details about her preferences or anticipated her needs without her having to ask. Those are the moments that linger in her memory. Imagine a scenario. A friend compliments her or performs a small act of thoughtfulness, like holding the door for her or bringing her flowers on a whim. While she may appreciate these actions, they could remind her of the way you made her feel uniquely valued, not through grand gestures, but through consistent, intentional care that reflected her worth. Stoicism teaches that our role isn't to manipulate or control someone else's feelings, but to focus on our own growth and actions. By embodying virtues such as patience, kindness, and self-awareness, you naturally create an impression that stays with her, even when you're no longer present. It's about being the kind of person who leaves an irreplaceable mark through the authenticity of your character and the depth of your connection. The Stoics also remind us of the impermanence of life. People come and go, and emotions evolve over time. When she reflects on your absence, it's the irreplaceable details, your thoughtfulness, your ability to truly see her for who she is, that she'll remember most. These qualities aren't easily replicated by others, no matter how kind or considerate they may be. Rather than trying to orchestrate her longing, Stoicism suggests focusing on living with integrity and being the best version of yourself. When your actions are rooted in genuine care and guided by virtues like temperance and wisdom, they leave a lasting imprint. It's not about forcing someone to miss you, but about being someone worth missing. Ultimately, the subtle but powerful void she feels when others show kindness reflects the depth of the bond you shared. Your consistent, authentic gestures of care created a space in her heart that is not easily filled. These moments align with Stoic wisdom. When we act with purpose and intention, the impact of those actions transcends time and presence, making our absence felt in the most meaningful ways. As we've explored today, emotional connections are nuanced, and often it's the quiet absence that speaks the loudest. Whether it's through attentiveness, shared routines, or the simple impact of your presence, the way you show up in someone's life leaves a mark that lingers far beyond the moment. By embracing principles of Stoicism, mindfulness, patience, and authenticity, you create a legacy that others cannot ignore. Remember, it's not about forcing someone to miss you, but about being the kind of person whose absence leaves a profound void because of the value you bring. Take this as an opportunity to reflect on how you show up in your relationships. Are you truly present? Are you intentional with your actions? And most importantly, are you building connections rooted in mutual respect and understanding? The Stoics remind us to focus on what we can control: our growth, our virtues, and our ability to live authentically. These are the qualities that make you unforgettable. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Your support helps spread these insights to others who may need them. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below sharing which lesson stood out to you the most, or how you plan to apply Stoic wisdom in your relationships. Also, take a moment to explore the recommended videos on the screen now. They're packed with more tips and Stoic insights that can guide you toward deeper connections and personal growth. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.